Epping Bridge. Hi, yes. Thank you. May I ask how long it will take to replace Epping Bridge?
I'll ask Ms. Rubalcaba to address that one.
Thank you. I think you'll be aware that we've just completed an ECI, so we engaged early contractor involvement. It's a particularly challenging corridor,
yes.
constrained by both road and rail. They've assessed a few various options there, and we're just completing that final assessment of those options, and that delivery kind of schedule will be completed.
When will it be completed?
Very imminently.
Very imminently?
Mm-hmm.
We should have a bingo on this. I'm not...
No, I appreciate that. It took a while for us to get there.
Yeah.
They are at the final, so my desire would be within the next month it's completed.
Sure, understand. And then what are the next steps after that?
The next steps after that would be, subject to what's in the assessment, to move into the delivery phase.
Okay. According to reports in the Sydney Morning Herald, it will take 5 years. The question is, could you help me understand why, and I do know it is complex, but can you help me understand why it's proposed, or reported at least, that it will take 5 years to replace this bridge?
I think the initial communications there was 5 years from procurement, so I think the build was actually scheduled for 4 years. We have to coordinate the road constraints, so I think we were constrained to closing only 4 lanes of the road at a time during the construction. And then we've got the rail corridor, which has a limited number of access possessions, so it's linked to that. So if you had none of those constraints, it would be built in less than half the time.
Yes,
but
I understand.
I think it's connected to those access constraints.
And there will presumably be rail disruptions during the closure of the rail.
So the plan is looking at both the existing shutdown schedules, so no further kind of access shutdowns. There is a plan and an annual schedule of that corridor. I believe it's 3 times a year they close that corridor, and sometimes they have extended durations over the Christmas shutdown.
Right. Forgive me, I don't have the source, but I did read, I thought it was 14 shutdowns proposed.
14?
Yeah.
I'll have to check that.
Scheduled.
I don't know where that number's come from.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
No, it may have been 3 or 4 per year.
Yeah.
So that may have been the 12 plus an extended
Maybe
one. So,
yeah.
look,
Okay.
I can get you those numbers.
If you could advise on those.
Yes.
I understand it's complex. It's been around for some time. Can I understand why Transport for New South Wales terminated the expression of interest process last year?
The procurement process was started on a traditional kind of D&C type.
Yep.
I think it was acknowledged very early on that was not going to get the best outcome. The complexities of this, we were really looking for that solution from the contractors. So it was halted at the expressions of interest rather than going straight into a D&C. The ECI allows us to work more collaboratively with the contractors to actually work through solutions and options.
Okay, so then will it require another expression of interest process, or those 3, I think you said?
So the ECI is a 3-phase ECI, so it essentially goes through that procurement. So once the assessments are complete, we should be in a position to award.
All right, to save me having to ask further questions and supplementaries for you, are you able just to outline that process on notice for us, so we can try and understand the timing? All right, so I can assume that the main construction contract hasn't been awarded, despite previous advice that it would be awarded in late 2025 for the reasons you've just outlined.
Yeah.
Thank you, that makes sense. That allows me to jump over quite a few. Yeah, it was reported 14 closures during the construction phase. Can I understand how long the closures will be for each occasion?
They are standard rail possessions, usually 48 hours per weekend. So over 4 years, that would have been 3 possessions. That would be 12 plus Christmas. So 14 sounds reasonable. I'm not sure where that number's exactly.
Sure, but on each occasion, probably 48 hours on a weekend. It's closed this weekend.
It's a standard shutdown that's tied into the possession calendar.
Okay. And is the cost of those rail closures factored into the project $220 million budget, or will that have to be absorbed by Transport for New South Wales separately?
Our estimates that require rail shutdowns and works to be carried out in a rail shutdown do allow for possession costs, whether that be alternate busing. So there is a contribution depending how many contractors or work sites there are in that extended shutdown. It's kind of spread and shared. So there is an allowance made within the estimate.
For who to pay?
It's internal costs from transport through to Sydney Trains, because Sydney Trains have to enable the bus diversions.
Okay, so City Trains on that. Thank you. So given those delays and potential additional disruption costs, can the Epping Bridge project still be delivered within the $220 million funding envelope?
Until I've completed the assessments, I can't answer that, but what I can say is that we have completed early labelling works, we've done signalling relocations, we've acquired property so that the road can be built, we've done the planning, environmental assessment, so it's ready to go.
So you said you've acquired the...
A small piece of property.
Oh, property, okay, yep, thank you. All right, and if more funding is required, will that be New South Wales or the federal, the Commonwealth Government that will pick up?
That will be a matter for government. We'll put that proposal if that is the case.
Okay, and can I ask what's been spent on the project to date?
I think it's noted in the budget papers. I think it's 50, just confirm it, I think it's just over $50 million.